Okay guys, so we're going to teach you how to make this very simple solar cooker prototype. It's based off of something called the Cook It, which is produced by Solar Cookers International. And it's a really simple model to build. So what you're going to do is you're going to get one of these Home Depot boxes that I have. And this is actually half of one of the boxes. And what you want to do is actually cut it so that you get one short section and one long section. So this is the other half of that box that I've got here. So just make sure you don't wind up with two longs and two shorts. Neither one will be the right size if you do that. So this is already pretty much set up to look like this, but before I show you how to measure everything and make your cuts and stuff, you need to cover it on both sides with tinfoil. So to do that, you need to get yourself a small beaker and just eyeball some regular plain old glue into there. Try not to make a mess. You know, it's hard with glue. I'm not like exactly measuring or anything, but I'm keeping track of the fact that roughly looks like I've got about 40 milliliters or so, and then I'm going to add an equal amount of water to this. Do you mind if I use your water, Miss Prime?
Go for it.
Sacrificing Miss Prime's water.
I'm so kind.
And I'm going to pour it in there, so then that'll take me up to like 80 to get half and half.
You should just be doubling this.
Yeah. So you're just doubling what you started with by pouring water on top. And they don't mix it first, right? So then you need something to mix them with, and ideally you would use something like a scoopula. So you grab yourself a scoopula and you start. And you just kind of want watery glue is really what you want. And doesn't have to be perfect or anything. And then you can, again, try not to make a mess. Get a sponge, nice small piece of sponge, and dip it in. And you're just going to coat this with your glue mixture. You don't want to get it too soggy, so if you got a lot in one place, you want to move it around fast, like this. And this way, hopefully, your tinfoil will stick to your cardboard. Don't worry if you get it on your hands, it will come off. It's not super glue. It's just regular plain old glue. But you don't want it to dry, so you want to work as fast as you can. So you want to be ready with your tinfoil, which clearly I am not. Semi-ready with my tinfoil. So I had to pre-cut some squares of tinfoil, which I put somewhere behind Miss Pride.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I cut strips of tinfoil to be about the size that I needed them to cover one side. I'm going to try and get it as flat as possible. It's never going to be perfect.
This is where teamwork really helps.
This is where teamwork helps. And you're going to do both sides. So once you get this side completely nailed down, you're going to do the other side. Right? It's okay to have extra overlap. You might need to do some glue between pieces afterwards. So check that out later. And you guys get the idea until you get both sides of this totally covered. And then what you're going to find is that the places where there are natural folds, you're going to want to cut and fold like this, because there's a flap there that we're going to need. So make sure all your flaps are still accessible. And when you flip this over to do the other side, you'll put glue on top of the tinfoil to put new tinfoil over the top. So think of it this way. When you do this side, you'll put tinfoil down here, but you'll have put glue over the top of these pieces of tinfoil, so it's all secure. Then, when that's all done, and it's dryish, on top of the tinfoil, you're going to make some marks, probably with a Sharpie.
I think that would be a good idea.
We did it on the actual box in pencil before we realized it would probably be a good idea for you guys to tinfoil first. So let me show you how you figure out where this flap goes that I did on this side. So what we did is we measured from here to here 5 inches. And I know that normally, right?
We would never use inches,
never
but
use inches, but
today's
it's just more
your lucky
convenient
day.
So that's 5 inches. See where I made that black mark, Miss Brady?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then we just said, okay, so our flap, what we want is for our flap, if it was long enough, it would go out to that mark. I need an extra hand. Right? You can kind of see that if my flap was long enough, it would go out to that mark. That makes sense? And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to draw, I can undo this side so you can see. Draw all the way across a straight line because we want to fold along that straight line. So you're going to take the ruler and put it a little bit in front of the line, like this, because if you put it right on it, you're not going to fold on the line. And then you're going to just kind of lift up and try to not crease it anywhere but except where that ruler is. And you can see, it gives me a little bit of trouble. I have to play with it. That's why the ruler's there to guide you. And you fold it up like that. Nice fold. Once you get it going, you take the ruler out. Make sure it stays folded like that. So now, what we want to do is figure out where we're going to put this through. This piece is going to go through to hold it. So you can see on the other side that what we did was we have this hole here, put the ruler through so you can see it, that we made so that when this is folded up, we can stick the flap through and it holds its shape like that. So to figure out where to put this line, we decided it should be an inch below the tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm messing this up.
No, you're good.
Okay. So if the tip is here, then I need to go an inch below that to make my cut, right?
Sorry, guys. My camera is all over the place. I'm never going to win any awards.
So I want to come down 1 inch below there.
Do you think that'd be easier to do when it's not folded?
Yeah, but I was trying to. So this is where I need to come an inch below there, right? So 1 inch below. And I'm terrible with inches because I never use them. It's kind of like the opposite of your problem, guys, where you're always, right?
That's where our hole's going.
That's where our hole's going to be. I just need to verify that I know what I'm doing, yes. Okay, so now I want to make my hole with my cutter here. Straight across, not too long at first. You can always make it longer, you can't ever make it shorter. And then what I did was I took my pencil and I actually used it to widen it a little to make it easier to get my flap in there. So now, let's see if we did this. So now we should be able to put this here, fold this up, and now what we have to do is we have to fold this 1 inch down. So same technique that we did before. You need to come 1 inch down with the ruler. So 1 inch is about there. So we want to go like that. Whoops. It would be good if I could draw a straight line. And then we want to make this fold this way. So it'd be good with the ruler underneath this way to get that fold started.
So you're folding into your ruler.
Because you're folding into your ruler on this one. Unless you want to flip the whole thing over, which is confusing. now, you can just slide that right in there on that side. Now, I want you to think about this is going to be covered in tinfoil, and you may find that some of your tinfoil rips when you do all this, and that's okay. You can go back over it.
Recover.
You can recover it in small patches. You just cut out squares to cover any place where you ever got. And that is the simple Cook It solar cooker.